It's really hard when you're watching your friends do all the things that you want to do, but you can't because you've got a child at home. And there's been times where, I've kind of felt like maybe it would just be easier if it just didn't exist sometimes. Sometimes men are very much like, oh, it's because she's a woman, or she's just having a bad day, or it's that time of the month, and it's just like, well, no, the burden that we have to carry sometimes. I don't think anyone is abundantly, genuinely happy all the time. Hi, my name's Jenna, and this is my story. I'd say I have probably suffered with mental health since I was about 16, because I was a young mum. So obviously there's a stigma that comes with that, and the weight you have to carry with that, dealing with people and their opinions and whether this is a good idea, and the challenges that it's going to bring. And then obviously there's the mental health with being a single parent, a young parent, making sure that you are giving that child everything that they need. Even though I had a really supportive network around me with my family and friends and things, it's really hard when you're watching your friends do all the things that you want to do, but you can't because you've got a child at home. I don't regret having him in any way, shape or form, like he's my best friend, but it is really, really hard. And then obviously challenges as you get older, so going back to university at the age of 30 has been really, really hard, having to juggle social life, friends, family, being a parent, my job, doing a degree. That's come with some really, really hard stuff. And then lockdown was really, really hard, having a really bad injury, not being able to go anywhere for almost 3 months because I couldn't physically move. That had a real impact on my mental health. And there's been times where, I've kind of felt like maybe it would just be easier if it just didn't exist sometimes. But then obviously I have my son and my family there that, they're there to support me, and I care about them, and I'd never ever want to do that and hurt them in any way whatsoever. I was diagnosed as bipolar not long after I had my son, which was really, really hard to deal with. Because again, it just made you feel like a bit of a failure that you've got that going on. But thankfully I managed to pull myself out of that. And every day is hard. There's always something new that comes up that challenges you. But there's ways to manage it, and it does get a bit easier to handle. I think women find it hard in the sense that, as a woman, if you start feeling sad, they're kind of, sometimes men are very much like, oh, it's because she's a woman, or, she's just having a bad day, or, it's that time of the month, and it's just like, well, no, the burden that we have to carry sometimes, there's this preconceived idea that by a certain age you have to have a house and be married and have children and have a really high-flying career, and it just doesn't happen that way. So sometimes I think women have to put on this front that, we're independent and we're this, we're fierce and we're brave and stuff, but actually we suffer just like everybody else, if not more, because we have this stigma attached to us that, oh, if she's crying, it's because she's female. But yeah, I do think women struggle. I think sometimes it's easier because women sometimes have a closer network of friends, so it's easier to talk about it with your friends. But to openly show that you're struggling, I think is hard for women. Rugby's been an absolute game changer for my mental health. I actually put a message into the group chat the other day to all the girls and coaches, just to say thank you for being there for the last few weeks. I've had a really, really hard time the last couple of weeks, and they've really, really supported me. Oh, sorry. It wasn't a sport that I was ever really interested in, and then I had a really bad netball injury, but I needed to do something physical to keep myself active and everything. And I thought, I had seen the Inner Warrior thing come up before, and I thought, no, rugby's just, it's too rough, I just couldn't do it. And then I came to the one in October, and I instantly made friends. And I thought, yeah, no, I think I could do this. And they've been the biggest support network that I could ever ask for. They're just, I could call each girl in the team a close friend, and I know that I could call any single one of them and they'd be there for me. They've supported me a lot with everything that's gone on. And just coming to somewhere for 90 minutes on a Tuesday and 90 minutes on a Thursday just gives me time to switch off from everything else that's going on in my life and hang out with my friends and run around and be stupid, but then work hard. And then, we play a game and stuff, and the team, we're all there for one another. And it's just, it really shows you what being in a massive group of friends, what it does for your mental health, and how much support there is that's there. I don't think you can define someone as being happy. I think there's times in the day where, yeah, I'm happy. I've got my music on and I'm doing something and I'm happy. But then a couple of hours later, something could happen and I'm unhappy. I don't think anyone is abundantly, genuinely happy all the time. I think it's really hard to ask somebody, are you happy? But I definitely think there are periods in the days or the weeks or the months where you are happy. If somebody was struggling with their mental health or it was declining, I'd just say, just talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be somebody close. It could be a complete stranger. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is to somebody that you know, because there's no judgment, there's no emotional connection. So you can just freely speak. Or, speak to somebody at your workplace, or, if you're a part of a social club or something, go and speak to them. Just make sure that you're not holding it in, because the more you hold it in, the worse it becomes, and then the harder it is to talk about it. It's very easy to clam up and try and put it, just put it at the back of your mind or bury it somewhere, but it's always going to come up, it's always going to come out. And the sooner you speak about it, the easier it's going to be to start that journey of healing and trying to deal with it, and having that support around you.